AITA for calling my ex-husband and telling him that his wife forced our daughter to babysit? My 34F ex-husband, 40M, married a woman, 36F, with 4 children, 1M, 11 and 11F, 14M. 6 years ago. We have a mutual daughter, 15, who has told me before how she tries to impose a relationship between her and her step-siblings. My daughter is a very introvert, shy girl. She's told me that her time together with the kids is usually watching movies or spending time with her dad, and that she doesn't like being left alone with them because she's too easily distracted. And they're always running and doesn't listen to her. But that his stepmom is always scolding her because that's not the type of relationship she wants them to have. Both my ex-husband and I've talked to her, and she's always insisting that as their older sister, she should be more involved with them, as in babysitting, diaper change, offering to wake up with the baby and take care of him for an hour or two, but my daughter doesn't feel comfortable with that kind of responsibility, and I get it. Not everyone is made to take care of babies. My daughter was invited to this party, more like a reunion, 5 to 10 people all vax, during Sunday, and was super excited about it. My ex and his wife had a wedding that same day, so the plan was that they dropped the kids with her sister around 2 p.m. and my daughter with their friend after that. I thought that was what they did until around 5 p.m. my daughter called me and told me that she left her with all the kids and the baby needed his diaper changed and she didn't know how to do it. She was crying and scared, so I drove there and took care of them. I called my ex and asked WTF, and he told me that my daughter said she didn't wanted to go to the party anymore, but my daughter told me that his wife forced her to say it because she was done with her laziness, so she says she didn't deserve to have fun and had to work for it. He obviously got mad and drove back immediately. I left with my daughter when they came. He came back yesterday to apologize to my daughter, and apparently he's thinking about divorce because she endangered all 5 kids, and she's calling me an off for babying my kid. NTA at all. Your ex's wife wants your daughter to provide free childcare while pretending she wants them to bond as siblings. That's why she is the aw. NTA. Do not under any circumstances allow your daughter to go back to that house while that woman lives there. At least your ex is on the same page as you. He can come to your place if he wants to see her. Good job getting her out of there. NTA. Your ex-husband's wife has a screw loose if she thinks her 15-year-old stepdaughter should get up in the middle of the night to take care of her infant. If she wants someone to mind her children, she can pay for a sitter or have her 14-year-old son help out. It doesn't matter what type of relationship her stepmother wants her to have with her children. That decision is your daughter's. At least you're able to communicate effectively with her father to try and resolve this problem. NTA. In your shoes, I would tell the ex that he could visit daughter alone, take her to a movie and or dinner, but that it wasn't good for daughter's well-being to be around his wife or stepkids. NTA. Parentification, which is what your ex's wife is doing to your daughter, as child abuse. Taking care of the baby overnight, changing its diaper, etc. is absolutely not the job of a 15-year-old. And a 15-year-old should definitely not be left alone with 4 kids. I'm assuming she's not insisting that her 14-year-old is also responsible for helping with babysitting, caring for his younger siblings. She absolutely endangered at least her baby, if not the rest of the kids, your daughter included, by leaving them alone without any adult supervision for at least 3 hours. NTA. It's not babying your child. She's 15 and to leave her with that many kids on her own is just awful parenting. Good for you and her father for standing up for her. NTA, good for you for coming to get your daughter and taking care of these kids till the parents came home. I can't imagine how this 15-year-old girl is feeling. It's one thing to have to be forced to take care of a baby sibling who is her biological sibling. But to be forced to take care of another woman's kids that she does not want to do is horrible, and shame on the father for allowing it to happen. I get mixed families and having responsibilities and whatnot, but I know, me personally, I would not be happy with this situation or that woman. Ain't no way in hell. I as a 15-year-old am getting up in the middle of the night to care for stepmom's kid. And forced bonding? Yay, no. Sorry. This story irks me. That poor kid. NTA. Your daughter is not your ex and his wife's nanny. Depending on the state you live in, your daughter should be old enough to decide who she wants to stay with full time. It sounds like your ex's new wife is intimidating your daughter, and it is not a safe environment for her emotional well-being. If your ex can't get his wife to stay in her place, then you need to do what you have to as a mother to make sure your daughter isn't being exploited by her stepmother for childcare. NTA. You rock for taking care of her child for her despite what she did. You're a good mom. Keep it up. NTA. He married a bad person, and hopefully this will be the final wake-up call he needs to evict her from his and your daughter's lives. NTA. Just look at your ex's response. He came immediately and is angry at his wife. Not at you. Not at your daughter. He apologizes to your daughter. He clearly sees his wife as the guilty one. NTA. Stepmom was way out of bounds and stupid AF. NTA. I think you did the best you could given the situation. And you weren't aware what happened. But I would keep my kid close. Ask her how much time she would ideally like to spend at dad's if that's the case. If she stays the whole weekend and gets put in uncomfortable situations, I would let her choose if she'd rather stay only one night or choose not to stay over at all. And let her know she can text, call you if anything like that happens again, and that she will be supported no matter what. Sorry, who on earth asks a 15-year-old girl to do night shift with an infant? Absolutely not. Your husband's wife wants this girl to be Cinderella. Notice how differently she is treating your child versus her oldest, even though they are roughly the same age. NTA. And you should fight to keep your daughter living with you until this is resolved after the party incident. Absolutely ridiculous. NTA. I can't believe she said that to your daughter and left her alone with all those kids. She sounds like a monster, and I'm glad you figured it out early. She probably did other things your daughter didn't disclose. Like a evil stepmother type situation. NTA. Wow. What a nightmare. Although I wish your daughter could advocate for herself, you are not an off for bringing X to the table. NTA. OMG, the sheer fucking audacity of that woman. You don't force a relationship with a 15-year-old. She's a teenager, not an adult. And it seems she's trying to parentify her, which is a form of abuse. I hope your ex does divorce her, takes his own kid, and calls his wife's ex to come and collect his kids as well. She is not a safe person to be left with kids. If she did this to your daughter, it makes me wonder if she done this to her own 14-year-old son. NTA. Go to court with your daughter and see if you can get 100% custody. NTA. You were absolutely right to stand up for your daughter in this situation. And you don't leave your 1-year-old with a kid that doesn't know how to change diapers. WTH was that woman thinking? NTA. She's using your daughter as a nanny, maid for her kids. Oh hell no. How is the custody agreement? Often older kids can get a say in which parent they get to be with. If it works for you, I wouldn't let your daughter go to that house anymore at all. If she ever leaves the kids with your daughter again, call CPS or your country's equivalent.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.